Well, good morning. Uh, Greetings from East Tennessee. It is going to be 70 here today for a high. It's 49 outside right now. Woohoo, everyone's so cold. Um, but not me, because I'm used to your weather. All right. Welcome to Bioethical Issues, fall semester, second 8 weeks. This course spans October the 25th through December the 21st. I'm going to go over some of my expectations of you and some of the uh, how the course is designed. First of all, you need to be in D2L. Now you must be if you're seeing this video, so you were able to find the class in D2L. Your textbook, Bioethics, Lewis Vaughan, uh, Principles, Issues, and Cases. You should have this. If you don't, if it's on order, I have copied the first few chapters um, into D2L, so you can use that. But you can only use it for the first section. After that, it's illegal for me to post copyright issues, so I could only do the first couple of chapters. You must have the book. Absolutely must. All right, open your syllabus. You should have downloaded it, and let's go over it together. First of all, the boilerplate stuff, course description. I'm not going to read that. You're more than capable of reading that. I'm not going to go over the critical thinking or the competencies. There's an ADA statement, American Disability Act statement. We have Christian Brzezinski and he is our accommodations coordinator. I have his email and telephone number right there. So if you need accommodations, you'll need to go through uh, Christopher and then, or excuse me, Christian, and then he'll let me know and I'll do it. I have quite a, sorry, it's so early in the morning here. um, I have a lot of sympathies for those with disabilities because I have some myself. So, um, not a problem. Methods to assess competence, required reading, objective examinations, case studies or cases for examination, evaluation, discussion boards. Um, we'll go over each and every one of those as we progress through the syllabus. Course assignments, discussions. The discussion boards are very important. They are 30% of your grade. I always have one or two students that will not participate in discussions. You must. You cannot pass this course simply by taking the exams. The exams are 30% of your score, and 30% is not passing. You must turn your assignments in, and it is a must for you to participate in the discussions. At any rate, the course is divided into three sections: Section 1, Section 2, and Section 3. Um, in each section, you will begin at least 2 threads, original postings, and you will respond to at least 4 other threads per section. Now, this helps get you involved. Plus, I'll be honest, this course is very different from ethics. If you've taken my ethics course, I have it all laid out and I've got lectures that I've given. That doesn't work for this textbook. I've tried to do lectures, and this is a discussion based course. This is evaluating case studies, and it's much harder for me. So, there is a video for the first chapter which is really a review of basic um, ethical terminology. And other than that, it's discussion. And so use the discussion boards. 30% of your grade. Now, each section is worth 10 points. You'll get 6 points out of 10 for making your posts. Now, you must follow my instructions. You must have at least 2 original postings. You can't have 1 original posting and 6 replies and get all the points. Some people will do that. And I'm sorry, 2 original for a maximum of 2 points. And if you have, 5 original posts, wonderful, but only 2 count for credit. And then you have 4 responses to other people's postings. Now there is something else. There's a discussion board, or there's an attendance board that you need to check in on. Now that does not count. You don't have to read all the postings on the attendance board, but you do have to read all of the postings in the discussions board. That's worth up to 4 points, 10 points total. So if you read out of 150, if you read 3 posts or 9 posts or say 20 posts, that's worth 0 points. If you read, I usually go, 1 through 25, 0. 26 through 50 equals 1. It really depends on how many posts there are. 51 through 75 is 2. 75 through 100 is 3. 101 and up is all 4. So generally, 1 or 2 students will text me, "Oh, come, I only got 6 points. I read them all." And it's like, no, you didn't. I can tell how much time you spent reading them. And here's the deal: the computer itself, the program, it will give you a clear line to let you know that you've spent sufficient time. And you might have clicked on each post, but that doesn't necessarily mean you read it. I will be able to tell. So read the postings. Examinations. Again, the course is broken into 3 sets. Excuse me. Hey, what are you doing? Come here. I have a visitor here. I got my little angel. She just came in to say good morning, and she's my littlest chihuahua. I have 3. See, she's just a love bug. Just a love bug. Okay, go back and get your breakfast. Go get your breakfast. So your exams, 10% of your final grade, each exam. So 30%. They're difficult. They are difficult. The reading is difficult. You will have to put in the time. However, I don't want you constantly worried about exams. And so we'll go over some extra credit options. But here's the deal. For each chapter, there is a practice exam. And each practice exam, I think, is 20 questions or whatever. Those are the test questions. What you see is what you get. So if you take the practice exams and you have good short-term memory, you'll blow the exams away. Keep taking the practice exams. You can take them as many times as you wish. Cases for evaluation. Oh, hold up. Reading report. Here's where a lot of students mess up. The reading report is simple. All you do is open Word document, type I have completed blank number percentage of the reading. That's it. 10 points. if you did all the reading. Now, I expect you to be honest, and most students really are. They'll say, I only had time to complete 80% of the reading. Then you get 8 points. If you tell me that you completed 2% of the reading, you get 2 points. You see how this works? I've had a student in the past that filed a complaint with the dean because that student told me that they completed 20% of the reading. And then I gave that student 2 points. And they thought, well, I was honest. I should have gotten full points. And then they actually put on paper, I should have just said I did 100% of the reading. It's like, well, this is an ethics course, kind of. I mean, bioethical issues. Granted, this is aimed toward nursing students or health students primarily, but still, you're gonna lie in an ethics course, in a philosophy course. The dean wasn't impressed either, and so the only result came that I have to put this in the syllabus because I never used to. It seems to me that you should understand that if you do, um, 1% of the reading, then you're only going to get 1 point. But it's up to you. What you tell me is the percentage that you get. I try to make this very simple. I put a lot of time into the syllabus, and well, we'll go over some more. Cases for evaluation. There is a table. There is a table that says section 1, chapters 1, 2, and 3. You know, chapter 1 and chapter 2 each have an exercise to complete. Chapter 3 has none. So you're limited to choosing either chapter 1 or chapter 2. You don't need to do all three. If you do all three, um, it's I'm going to send it back to you because you only do one. So answer it thoroughly and completely. And let's see, what do I say here? Do, 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 do. One assignment from each section. Each assignment consists of 3 case studies in the chapter that you select. That means one assignment from section 1, one from section 2, and one from section 3. Remember, each section consists of 3 chapters, 10 points. Um, I expect you to put a lot of effort into these papers. They must be at least 4 pages at a minimum, double spaced. So really, it's the equivalent of 2 handwritten pages. It's not hard, but put thought into it. Bear in mind that I used to have a term paper assignment, but I changed it to these 3 assignments. So you don't have to worry about formatting, but if you've had college writing, try to use the formatting that you learned there. No text speak, no cursing. Um, use proper English to the best of your abilities. I'm not a one who is going to mark down very often on grammar, but if I cannot understand what you're trying to say, I will kick it back to you. Also, when I grade your paper, if you get less than 10 points, and I tell you it's because the paper's too short, you may fix and resubmit each time. All right, so that's it for the assignments. Um, I tried to be, again, very thorough in how I set this up. Now, that being said, you might have the 3rd edition of the textbook rather than the 4th. Let me see what I held up to show you. Ugh. This is the 4th edition. and it is the newest, and it is what this course is based on. But there is another text that I've been using it for a while, and this is the third edition. So, say you have the third edition rather than the fourth edition, which you can make this work because you might be able to get it cheaper, on the internet. But I actually have pagination in here, covers pages, you know. So if you have the third edition, there's a second table broken down. And so, there you have it. So let's see. Course schedule 8 through 13 November is exam 1. It opens on those dates. You don't need a proctor. I expect you to be honest. It's open book, but it is not open note. You may not simply print the test questions and keep those as notes. That's too easy. And I expect you, on your honor, to follow those rules. But at any rate, 8 through 13 November, chapters 1 through 3, the exam will be open. 22 through 27 November, 4 through 6, and 13 through 18 December is chapter 7 through 9. Invariably, students will miss the test and call me and want to have me open it up. I will, but I'll dock you 10%, which is 1 point. So late work, 1 point. Now, if say you missed the first exam and you don't contact me, and it's the last week of the class, and you notice that you're missing, 10 points, so you can't get better than a 90. And that's if you have everything perfect. So you want to make the test up. I will make the test up, but it'll be 2 points. You see how that works. Your reading and assignment schedule is 13 November. The student will have read chapters 1 through 3 and have completed the section 1 assignment. Additionally, all postings for the discussion board section must be made and all postings read. 27 November is section 2 and 18 December is section 3. Go all the way back to the top of the syllabus. I know you have lives. Most of you are working full time. You have kids. You have a family, and I get it that life happens. And I would encourage you to keep up with your reading. But if you find yourself falling behind, call me. My number is right there. I'm not going to say it because this goes on YouTube, and I don't want my phone number out on YouTube. However, you have it. Now, most students won't call me. There'll be 1 or 2 that will call. Everyone else will text, and that's fine. I do have other jobs, and so if I don't answer your text instantly, know that I have my phone with me. I work as a nurse, private duty, and I work at a church. Obviously, I'm a Southern Baptist minister. But call me, beat me. In the words of the great Kim Possible, call me, beat me if you want to reach me. I realize that no one carries beepers anymore, but it's a great song. It was a great show. I have a lot of grandkids. But I use them as an excuse to watch some of those great shows because I enjoy them. So call me. And invariably, when a student calls me, they say something kind of silly like, "Oh, Dr. Myers." Oh, and I never introduced myself. I'm David Myers. I've been at NTC for 15 years. I taught these classes for 15 years here, and I've taught at multiple other institutions. Um, I just moved. In fact, last week, my wife has now been here with me for a week. But I first moved in August, and we closed on this house, and now my wife is here. But they told me to take my job with me. So, because I'm not available for a face-to-face consult, call me. If you guys want, we can have a Zoom meeting, and I can facilitate discussion. But again, invariably, when a student calls me, they'll say, "Oh, Dr. Myers, I don't want to bother you." I am not bothered. I may be a little busy and tell you I'll call you back, uh, but in most cases, I answer the phone right away. And here's the deal: my time is your time. Without you, I would have no job. I love teaching, and without you, my life would be much poorer because without teaching, at any rate, call me if you have a problem. You can text me, I answer texts. You can email me. Before you email me with questions about the content, go through D2L thoroughly because 99% of it, she's back. Come on, come on. Oh, she buried a bone under my desk. Oh, anyway, 99% of the questions that you want to ask will be answered right there on the B2L, in the syllabus, on the questions. I explain how to do the assignments, how to turn them in. Uh, the only time I get annoyed with students is when they, well, I don't see the dates. And the dates are on the syllabus. The dates are on D2L. Uh, make sure you've read it. Now, if you still have questions, that's when you call. If you just want to chat about the content, you can call. Uh, that time again is your time. I love students. I love the content. I know that you're taking this class primarily because you have to. Uh, but I love this stuff. Like most of you, I attended NTC for both LPN and RN. I know your pain is what I'm saying. Uh, my primary field, I hold two bachelor's degrees, three masters, and a doctorate, in addition to the two associate degrees in nursing. And you know what? Of all of them, those two associate degrees were the most difficult. And so I know your pain. Don't hesitate to call. I think I have covered everything in the syllabus. And so I will say good day. Have a wonderful partial semester. And I hope to hear from each and every one of you as the semester progresses. And so Angel and I will say adieu.